Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders, hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We had some jobless numbers saving us yet again, giving us some more buy the dip opportunities, at least so far today. At least so far today. We'll see how the day plays out. We are only in the beginning, first 30 minutes. It is warm-up stage, ladies and gentlemen. And no, well, yeah, bad news, good news, bad news. This one was actually decent. This was actually a good news. Was it good news? I guess we took it as. Yeah, anytime the job list number goes down, that's usually a decent thing. So we will see. We got Jay in the house. We got Will. Yes, sir's here. We got Elon, my boy. Elon's in the house. We got Andrew. Good morning. We got Bill, Brian, Cedric, Chad, Daniel, Gina, Jenny, Greg Hill's in the house. We got GW, Jennifer, Joe, Joel, John. We got Jordan bright and early. Jordan, you don't wake up for another 6 hours. Man, that's extra effort today. I like it. We got Jose. Good morning. JT, a.k.a. Justin Timberlake is in the house. We got Lucy. Good morning. We got Matt. We got Michael Holtz even here. Oh, man. That guy's a trooper. We got Maloney. Good morning, Maloney. We got Peggy in the house. What's up, Peggy? We got Quantran. Still, I don't know. We need like a name competition contest because Quantran, I don't know. He's front running right now. That is a serious name. I like it. We got Rick. Good morning. Ron's piling in. We got Sam. Stephen Wong's in the house. Sylvian. Good morning. Yovaris is here. And my boy Woodshed Williams, of course, the Ultra Bull. When that guy puts on a bull cape, you don't take it off. I'll tell you that much. Whew. My goodness. That could be interpreted multi ways, Mr. Holt. I don't know. Then we got my peeps on YouTube land too. Matt says, "Did I get sleep?" I did. I got 5 hours last night, so that's good. That's good for me. So within 2 days, I'm at, I think, 8 hours. That's I like it. I don't know. You know what it is? People tell me, they're like, you could just make money while you're sleeping. And I'm like, yeah, but how much money could I make if I just don't sleep? So I don't know. It continues. Either way, let's take a look real quick at the markets. That's the wrong math. I don't know. My calculator is broken. I got that T1 calculator still. I got to upgrade. What happens when you have solar powered calculators, but you try to use it at night. Doesn't work so well. All right, so SPY, we did sell off a little bit, right? And when I say we actually took the news rather decent, I'm going to flip over to Thinkorswim real quick just because I already got the pre-market, so I don't have to change it. But we have pre-market. We were getting a little beat up. Again, even into yesterday's close for like the last, 25, 30 minutes, something like that, we started selling a little bit. That's not really selling to me. That's more of, great, we just ran bullish. We hit a certain point yesterday and we just did not look back. This is now the third day in a row we did that. Is it going to happen today? Tune in to find out. But the news came out somewhere around 8:30, probably around this spike somewhere. This one right here, that's enough to get us over that 100 on the 5. We are dipping below that very high candle right now. So within, honestly, the next 15 minutes, that's going to let us know if we're able to break higher than this 376. This is just a big pre-market profit taking and we run bullish. If we cannot get above this one candle with that volume, maybe we have a little bit of a flat day. Let's pull it right on back to trading view. That's where I go to view my trades. All right, we are back. So Michael Holt saying, is it going to be a inside day? I don't know if it's going to be an inside day, but so far it fits that bill. Here's our daily chart. Daily chart, we are above the 10 EMA still. We've had a high volume bear candle. We've had 0 pullbacks. Realistically, we have one little bull trap at the top. Michael says, I know that's some good analysis. Yeah, I mean, right now, you want me to tell you what's going to happen in the future too? That's not the all access pass. That's the beyond access pass. I wish I knew. But yeah, for right now, we're just kind of hanging out. We do have a little bit of a bull trap. We were unable to get through. The good news in terms of VPOC, we're sitting at one right here. We did close above that one yesterday. I think momentum is still honestly a little bit more bullish than bearish. And I think we got to get honestly up into this zone. We didn't come up here yet to retest. So the range at least that I think we could get to still about 384 to about 386. But this is the range that I'm looking for some kind of potential target. Maybe we get up there, then we pull back. Maybe we just today we do what we did yesterday. We use that daily 10 EMA very, very well yesterday. So there's our 10 EMA. We tried to break it. That was early in the morning. As soon as we got back, we did not look up. So we are using this as some type of support. And the longer we can stay above it, the better. The better for us. We get a little bit more buying pressure in the market. So we will see how that one wants to play out. But there is definitely some room higher in this market. And we will find out. Let's just flip this over to an hourly chart real quick, just to check that out. Hourly chart is setting up for a 10 EMA play, if you guys want it. We all know how to use the 10 EMA. We got one candle above that hourly 10 EMA, so watch that level. And again, we're just sitting right at that hourly 10 EMA, so we'll see what happens there. In terms of what I think probably happens, and let's see how well this area gets held up. In fact, I'm going to use the actual lines, but we have the volume coming in here and volume coming in here. So that's our pocket of liquidity. There's our breakdown of the last one. So we are going to have a little bit of resistance. There's really not much holding us right now up until there's not a lot holding us into this 374.91 zone. So what I'm going to do is set an alert. I think we probably we sell into that, and we're going to see if that adds our support. So that would be right there. Let's take all these other lines off the chart. Matt says, what happened to TOS? What you mean? We should be on the trading view screen. Yeah, I see it in YouTube. We should be good. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. John wants to look at ANGO. Poor earnings, huge gap. Got you. Matt is 5 hours sleep, Matt. Not today. Not today. But yeah, so I think what I'd prefer to see is now we come down, we open, we retest this, and we start to break out. But I'm going to be watching this VPOC very heavily today. We'll see if we can get above that. If we do, we have plenty of room to the higher side. We are going to deal with some volume, so it might be a little chop until we get maybe a little bit of a break later in the day. We'll see how that plays out. Before we get to our 6 stocks that we watch, let's take a look for John ANGO. He's saying bad earnings, huge gap. Let's see, where is this one gapping? Flips over to the daily. Yep, so down, opening somewhere about $19. Definitely trapping some bulls. All right, so we had some bulls come in the last 2 days. That's heavy volume. We definitely have some good traps there. We're actually breaking some other key levels. This play would be For me, see if we get one green candle and look to short, but it does look very short to me. At least next target would be 1835. One after that would be 1786. So in this example, bad news is bad news. Bonkers. Yeah, it even had potential. And watch this formation too. This is a broken down inverse head and shoulders, right? So there's a left shoulder, some type of head. There's the right shoulder that people kind of leaning on. And now we are breaking. Like this level right here had to hold. We're already opening lower. We did have some selling pressure. Obviously, probably with the rest of the market into it. So there is some people short. I would love to see some kind of green candle. Try to come in for that retest, even though it is a gap and go. And then look for a fade lower than that. POTUS speaking at 2 p.m. Eastern about job creation. I'm sure it's going to be thrilling. I'm sure that's going to be a thrilling speech. Probably a must watch. I will have popcorn. But yeah, see if you get a little retest on that one first, because it is a large gap. I would love to see some kind of buying, and then if it does look like short would be the direction I would play it. I probably wouldn't play it bullish out of the gate because it is. I tend to like to stick to the direction of the gap. So I'd put it on my watch list and see if you get that bounce first. I don't know if I'd want to short at open though. All right, we got Amazon kind of just hanging in there. Let's flip this one over to the hourly. Amazon was, again, even in that downturn, a little bit of weakness. We almost got into retest that previous VPOC that we used as support. We didn't even get down there. We ripped right from there. And we got to close slightly at to slightly under the previous day VPOC. So we're still hanging out in that range. We are below that one, above yesterday's. We are still kind of in no man's land. I would say we are ready. The one thing with this one is watch. Yeah, this one I'm going to. This one, if this one starts to fade and we break down that VPOC, then we are in for a lower high, which would make sense. This one did already retest up here, that previous VPOC. We broke down from that point. We came back. This is just honestly a retest of that initial breakdown. So if we start to fade, watch this level very closely on Amazon. Watch if you're bullish or bearish, it's up to you. Honestly, I could go either way with it because we haven't really created a new lower low yet, only potentially a new lower high. But this would be 119.68. So if we could break 119.68, that's now pushing us below yesterday's VPOC. And that to me looks like we are actually creating some kind of a lower high in Amazon. However, if this breaks, now that's been retested. Next stop for Amazon's 123.55. That's going to be a huge level. And if that somehow manages to break, that takes us right to 126.75. So I do think a lot of the market will play into this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we see this in a lot of stocks. 4 hours of buying yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My bad. Add an extra hour plus one, that T1 calculator. I'll get battery calculator eventually. But this is 5 in a row. We almost had a bullish engulfing candle down there. Could we get some kind of, again, retest and we look something like this? Yep, that could happen as well. Or we break down, that comes for the retest, and then this happens. So I don't know which way this happens. We do have a double top yesterday, tweezer top. That's going to be a key level again to break. We are above that 10 EMA on the hourly as well. This is also a 10 EMA setup in a bullish direction if that candle breaks. So just have all that in mind. If you do want to short, use that level for targets. If you want to go long, that's your attempted spot to go long. Otherwise, getting some kind of a pullback makes some sense before we rip on this one. Yeah, Amazon has definitely some strength in it. Woodshed sharing how he played the market, or how he's playing the market today. So he's looking for a little bullishness out of the gate. This is what E-mini futures. Bullishness out of the gate, hit some resistance somewhere around 11,790, and then looks to get absolutely romped by 2 p.m. for that job speech, looks like. If I did the timing correctly on that one. Tesla looks bullish. Chat looks bearish. Yeah, what's going on with the YouTube chat? We got a whole bunch of, first of all, we definitely need more likes in that chat. And number two, you guys are pretty quiet in YouTube land. I don't know what's happening. But make sure you guys hit that thumbs up in YouTube. Obviously, every time you click that like button, a new Silicon Valley member gets wings. It's crazy. Another potential 3-bar play. Also another potential 10 EMA on NVIDIA. Yeah, I don't know about that bullishness out of the gate, which I think we have to get a little bit more. NVIDIA has a very, very strong support. Extremely strong. We got 2 VPOCs in the very same area. So somewhere around this 131.27. That's going to be a good bounce spot. We also have that 10 EMA on the hourly coming in. So we're going to have a lot of support pushing us up. We obviously hit this one last, well, we didn't quite get there, but 134 is going to be the target. I think this was an attempt to get there. And I think if we could get back up there, we have a good ability to break. Next target, which is a soft one. Let's go a little smaller. That's 135.26. Again, that's a smaller target. The next one, 137.14. And then if that breaks, we still have this gap, wide open gap, somewhere around this 143.57 zone. So 143.57, that gives us a good $11 to the higher side. Again, I don't know that happens today, but in the worst case, again, I think we get a slight little pullback at open. There seem to be some nervous bulls or aggressive bears after hours pre-market until those numbers hit. And we will see, but we are still holding some key levels. Here's another one. We're gonna have that 10 EMA right into this 67.54 at AMD. That's the zone that I'm looking to hold. Otherwise, this is our first down move on a VPOC. That's only one. It doesn't make a trend. The trend is actually still bullish, and this is a pullback. All of these candles came in for that retest. So we retested. AMD has the ability to go, again, a lot higher. That would take us to about $70.83. And my God, if that one gets taken out, you have all the way back to 75.36. And that's a good spot for a rug pull for the market if we could get back up there again, but we will see. So right now, yeah, again, I'm not seeing anything, number one, that we could really play out of the gate. I know Dr. HG says, or HJ says, Tesla is bullish. I don't know if I'm going to go bullish yet. I don't know if I agree with that completely yet. On the hourly chart, we've only really just, first of all, two things. One, that's a lot of selling right at open. A lot of selling, good volume. Obviously, that's the first opening candle. You do expect opening candles to have higher volume, but pure sell, we broke down very big area of support right down there. This is a retest into that support. We are still under that 10 EMA, and we have a little bit of a indecision high wave candle, not a lot of volume there as well. We are still opening below that. I think this has to come down at least to be retested if we want to go bullish. So I'd be looking for, maybe if you want to make a bullish case, wait for that double bottom, something with a higher low potentially to come in. But I think Tesla, to me, looks a little bit more bearish than bullish is how I would play it. Again, we are inside day, but this is also probably a good 618 retracement of that initial move yesterday. Yep, that's perfectly to the 618. So not only did we reject that 10 EMA on an hourly, but we rejected that 618 so far as well. Looks like we are coming down. That would be my spot. So anything above that candle, that would probably be my spot to get out of the trade. So if you're going to have a stop and play this thing bearish, 242.12, I would have targets. I'd pretty much be done by 236, maybe slightly a few pennies higher than that, but 236 would be my target. That gives us about roughly $3 to the downside. I'd be watching that spot very closely in case we do look for a double bottom on Tesla, but I don't really see anything too crazy so far. Shop looks like it might be a bullish day. What are we in 2020? There's no way shop looks bullish. Let's see. Let's see though. Let's see. Pre-market, yeah, I don't know. I was obviously being facetious, but yeah, I don't think we're quite bullish yet. We are below the 10 EMA on the hourly. We are also below yesterday's VPOC. We had that one big massive move, but we have a long way for any kind of retest. We still have a gap open at this point as well. Shop, to me, I would probably lean sentiment a little bit more bearish than bullish. We have a key support somewhere here as well. Pretty much, I guess, where that VPOC came in. That was the support that was holding. We attempted to break higher, and right now we're kind of just fading lower than that. So for right this second, I think I'd lean a little bit actually more bearish than bullish on this one. I almost want to see a little bit of a deeper retest. So see if we get something that comes down at least to this point. At least get us a retest of that before we want to, I think, consider going bullish. That would take us to roughly 29.70. So about $1.10, which is a good size move for a $30 stock. So that could be played again. And then the dotted line too is also a longer term VPOC. And we got right into that zone. And that's going to be a very, very big resistance. If this thing does start continuing to break down, again, we have higher lows, or I'm sorry, lower highs on this one. YouTube is all eyes, no ears. All eyes and ears. Okay, I was going to say all eyes and no ears. That's a strange looking group on YouTube. Luis says X. Yep. That is, I believe, a gap and go on X. Man, everything that's gapping, they're not giving us easy levels. They're not looking like crazy, like, hey, yeah, this thing is definitely running. That is a gap and go. The previous day is inside. So yesterday was inside. I would go, that's meaningless. This candle really didn't develop the story as to which direction X is going. We've obviously been bullish for 2 days. And then we had one rest day. Yes, we're definitely breaking down that rest day. And I would put a little bit more emphasis on the fact, not so much that we're gapping below yesterday, but the day before that as well. We still have some kind of a gap fill. VPOC sits at 1946. That's not going to give us much room. And even if we come in to really fill that gap, that's 1940. I will still put a little bit more emphasis on this as a bearish play as opposed to bullish. Although we're sitting at that hourly, we're sitting right at that hourly move, but we're also breaking down the previous VPOC levels as well. We got up there for a little double tap, potentially double top in the zone. So seeing some kind of further pullback, maybe we even, before we even draw a line, maybe what we could do is even go fib on this one as well. The move to me really started here. So if you are going to look short on this one, I'd probably, you got $19.19. We give you a 50% retrace, and the 618 lands somewhere at the 1888 zone. So those two spots are where I would be looking for targets. So target 1 right here, target 2, maybe we do something like this, and then see if we trade sideways for a little bit and maybe could break out, creating some kind of higher lows potentially. But yeah, I would put a little extra bearishness into that one today. AZN. Let's see what's happening with AZN. Haitian Pete says, I'm in the 9 to 5 group, trying not to be obvious. I get it. That's a good move. Yeah, no, stay stay undercover. I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell. We got AZN. Yep. So that's definitely a good gap and go below the 10 EMA on the hourly. We have a little bit of support that we're into again, but yeah, this one. So because we're at that support, I don't think this one opens and fades out of the gate. Try to short as high as you could if you are going to short this one. This would put us at like, give us some kind of rejection into that 10. I think this one, even though it is a gap and go, I don't know if this one opens and flushes right away. I would like to see something like that. So if you want to short somewhere around that 56 or as close to 56 as possible, just because I think this with 1 VPOC, 2 VPOCs, 3 POCs, no POC, none. I think that would get us to give us a little bit of support where some other previous volume came in, and I'd be looking for maybe something like that at the open and then fade. We'll see what happens on AZN. Otherwise, unfortunately, for the 6 stocks that we watch for a 10 EMA, might be a little quiet out of the gate. I might take some puts out on Tesla, believe it or not, at the open, but we'll see. We'll see how that develops. Meta gap and go. Meta is a gap and go for sure. We are still just kind of sitting inside day. Again, I'd probably be a little bit more bearish on this one, at least out of the open, just because number one, it's been getting absolutely killed. Number two, we did double our likes on Facebook, on YouTube, but we have a lot more people watching than we have likes. So therefore, I don't think out of all the people that qualify for the wings, I don't think Zuckerberg was one of them yet. So this one might drop and go to the deep south. We'll see, unless we can get those likes up on YouTube for sure. But we are probably going a little bit more bearish on emphasis on this one, just because we are below yesterday's open, even though it is an inside day. So again, because it's inside day, maybe we could get that 1 or 2 green candles out of the gate that we could short. And that's probably the direction I would be rather playing. Is it going to be an outstanding short today? That I'm not sure, because we do obviously have some kind of support coming in here, some kind of support where we're at right now, and one more level down there. So we'll see what happens, but it is technically inside day at this point. We will see. There we go. Let's take a look at, is there news on Meta? I don't see anything. I haven't heard or seen anything. I don't want to confirm or deny because I don't know. All I'm looking at right now is just a chart. But if you guys hear or see anything, let me know. It's been getting absolutely crushed lately, though. Pins has a weirdly interesting gap, eh? That's from my Canadians. Yeah, that that pins gap is a little bit fascinating. Nobody has pins on their chart. You almost have some kind of inverse head and shoulders. Let's see, I got 39 seconds. Let's see if I can make one more little drawing. But in a longer term frame, we got left shoulder, we got the head, we got some kind of a right shoulder. We are making higher lows, and we are gapping above a pretty major pivot. Initial spot probably going to take us into, we'll see what happens, but 26.26 is going to be some kind of level. That's not much, but if we could break out of that, we have plenty of room. So pins could actually be interesting. Just the random stock of the day. Let's go. We only got 9 seconds. YouTube, love you guys, but unfortunately, this is the portion of the show where we got to disconnect. You guys could join us all day long with the All Access Pass. Just don't get caught at work. Otherwise, we will see you guys all tomorrow. Be safe in the markets. Watch out for 2 p.m. We got the POTUS speaking of